Hey everybody, it's Friday. That means Jersey Concept Day. Welcome to Post to Post. My name's Neil if you're new. If you like jerseys, if you like jersey concepts, if you like logos, this is the place to be. Would love it if you could hit the subscribe button down below if you're new. Today we're looking at 32 themed jersey concepts. These are by Nash North and the theme is two-toned. I love themes. It's great to look at regular jersey concepts throughout the league and stuff, but when we have a theme, I get excited. Sometimes it's city theme. Sometimes it's flag theme. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. It's just a theme. I like themes. This is it. This is going to be a good one. Two-tone jerseys are pretty popular. They're coming back. Edmonton's got one. And then there's another team I'm thinking of that I can't think of that also has one. But Edmonton definitely has one. Now, if you guys want to come up with concepts like this, you can go to sportstemplates.net. Use code POST2POST. That's going to save you 10% on getting this template. There are other templates on the site as well. And guys, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not sure if you follow Sports Templates on Twitter, but you really should because he posted a teaser the other day. It is an NHL skate template. I'm going to throw a photo up on the screen here for you so you can see it. It is amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait for you guys to get it and send in your designs. It's amazing. Like, the detail is incredible on all these templates. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of your designs, whether it's jerseys, whether it's skates in the new template, whether it's something else, goalie masks, center ice designs, puck designs, whatever you choose on that site. Doesn't even have to be hockey. It could be anything. Looking forward to see your designs. Thank you so much for taking the time to consider sending them in. All right, let's get going. I've not seen these before, by the way. This is going to be a reaction video. You and I are reacting to these together, and let's go. Anaheim is first. Ooh, okay. Not bad. I was expecting orange for Anaheim, probably on black as well. I mean, they're very contrasty colors. Orange on black does look very good. The logo is colorized a little bit differently than I was expecting. Looks good. I think it looks better than what I had imagined in my mind. No shoulder patches. Feel a little empty. I might even throw something up there. But otherwise, great start for this two-tone theme. Let's go on to the next one, which is Arizona. Okay, this one's awesome. I really like this one a lot. You get the purple in there. This would be a wonderful alternate jersey. If the reverse retro is not coming back, we need the purple to come back at least, and this may be a good option. I can see this selling very well. Nash North, great job on this one. Next is Boston. Ooh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. I don't know if it's the shoulders or if it's like almost like a really desaturated black instead of like a deep black that they use right now. I think it might be the shoulders actually that I'm not a huge fan of, which is odd because I really like the New Jersey Devils squared off shoulders like that. But yeah, just not digging this one. Next up is Buffalo. I mean, really, Buffalo's jersey is very close to two-tone anyway. This isn't that far off from the norm. It's balanced nicely. I think it's okay without shoulder patches. It makes it a very clean jersey at the top, at the bottom. No striping, no nothing at the bottom. No colorization other than just the blue all the way down. I really like that. It helps keep the jersey very clean. So this is a nice one. Next up, Calgary. Man, it's weird not seeing some yellow on the Calgary jersey. It's very odd, actually. I get Detroit vibes as soon as I see this. But, I mean, what do? Calgary's known for red and yellow, and I don't know if you could make it a two-tone red and yellow jersey. It might not look great. So I think Nash North made the right decision here with red and white. But, yeah, their color combination of their brand in general doesn't really go well with two-tone. But this is nice. I do like it. It's definitely not my favorite so far, though. Next up is Carolina, and this is close to... I say this was close to great. I don't like the double striped of the pattern. I think just one stripe, having it in there, having it duplicated into two stripes, and then, it's a repeating pattern. At this point, if you start to make it bigger or if you double it up and make it bigger, I get Christmas wrapping paper vibes. And for that reason, I probably have to dock some points from this, but if we knock that down to a singular pattern stripe, I'd probably be okay with it. I like the fact that he went with more of like a charcoal gray and more of a desaturated red as well. I think that was a really good decision. So close to great, still pretty good. Next, Chicago. This is really good. I like this a lot. Those shoulder patches redesigned to be just more simple and two-toned on the shoulder looks so good. The neck in black looks amazing. The logo looks amazing. The number, like everything here looks very good. This is definitely one of my favorites so far. Colorado. Oh, no white. Ooh, no white takes away from it a little bit. I like all of the jersey, I think, except for the logo in the middle. And it's not Nash North's fault. Like, what do you do? I don't know if you could make that, all the blue part white instead. You might be able to, but the blue is, like, they need the blue, right? Yeah. And that, if you could make the avalanche, or you make the burgundy behind the avalanche white. I don't know. They need the burgundy, too. This is really tough. Like, kind of like Calgary. What color do you remove? So, it's either way, I think you're stuck with maybe the logo not standing out as much as it should on the jersey itself. It's not like the Edmonton Current jersey where orange is so bright on the dark blue that it just works, right? I mean, it just the contrast is perfect. Here, a bit difficult. Like everything else, though, like I mean, the shoulders look great, and the design obviously is very close to their home and away. Next up, Blue Jackets. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Well, maybe not perfection. I don't really like this colored piece here that holds the laces. I would maybe even prefer that just to be the same cream color or off-white that's in the rest of the jersey, but I love the fact that it does have laces. The logo is fantastic. The striping is excellent. Yeah, great concept. I like this one a lot. Next up, whoa, Dallas going hard here with the almost reverse jersey of the alternate, of that glow-in-the-dark one. I like this one more, I think. Like, that dark one has definitely grown on me, but seeing it kind of reversed like this in a way is super appealing. Like, I really like this a lot. It is hard on the eyes, but it's definitely different. It's so bright. There's not really anything like this in the NHL for green. We've got Minnesota, but they don't use a bright green like this, and even Dallas doesn't use this bright of a green on their regular home jersey. So having something like this, almost neon, it might look a little ridiculous, and maybe it shouldn't be worn for more than 5 games a year, but still just having it would be pretty cool. This is awesome, actually. I like this one a lot. Next up is Detroit. Don't like this one immediately, and it's because of that kind of wrestling belt shape going down of that stripe. Probably personal preference. I think a lot of people may like this one. Not me. I don't like that. Immediately, I knew I didn't like it. Next up, Oilers. It's hard to improve on the current Oilers one because it's so good, and you can't go the direction which is the opposite of this because that already exists. So he went with the reverse version of the current jersey. It still looks okay, but I much prefer the current version for sure. Next up is Florida. Oh, this looks amazing. Like, I really like this a lot, actually. I'm super surprised by this. I wasn't even thinking about Florida when I saw him send it in and say it's two-toned. That's the theme. A couple of teams came to mind, but I never thought of Florida. But seeing Florida, that looks awesome. Like, I really like that a lot. That might be one of my favorites so far. Definitely top 3. We'll have to pick my favorite here at the end. But yeah, great job, Nash North, on this one. Next is LA, and this is very predictable. The right choice, I think, for maybe not everyone, but the majority of the fans. The Kings Reverse Retro was voted not by me, by I think the majority of the NHL fans. The NHL actually had a poll. The Kings one was voted as the most popular. It beat out Colorado, and I think Washington as well, for being the most popular. So this is what the people want, the majority of the people want, and this is what I want. So I mean, I like it, and this was a great decision, Nash North. Next is Minnesota. This is actually really good. The logo blends in a little bit too much with that backing stripe because there's so much of that same color in the logo itself, but it doesn't actually look that bad. It feels a bit high, though. The M in the shoulders looks great. He's got the year in the background when they joined the NHL. The numbers also feel quite high. Yeah, I would move the arm striping and the middle striping down a little bit, and maybe the logo down with it. And yeah, this is actually nice. Next up, Montreal. Ooh, the maroon color. I actually really like this a lot. The logo, kind of like the Minnesota one, gets lost in the backing stripe. You start to appreciate the outline of the logo because of that. I know a lot of people look at this and think that is what's going on here. Like, there's nothing to like. It's a dried blood maroon color. Like, that's kind of gross, and there's no shoulder patch and whatnot. But I think it's because it's so different. We've got a bit of burgundy in the NHL with Colorado, but Montreal used to have a team called the Montreal Maroons. I would love to see Montreal Canadiens honor that history of the city and come up with a jersey like this. So I think this was very applicable and very maybe even plausible, Nash North. Good job. Next is Nashville. This is, speaking of plausible, this is very plausible. I could absolutely see Nashville doing something like this. This is great. You're getting away from using yellow as the primary. I mean, their jersey right now, the home one, is actually kind of close to being two-tone as it is. This is perfect, I think. Yeah, this is perfect. I wouldn't change anything about this, to be honest. Knock this one out of the park. Next is the Devils. And the Devils are actually one I did think of because I thought that they would go, like if I was going through this process, I'd probably make an all black Devils jersey and have the red be the other color. He kind of went the opposite, and he might have actually made the right decision here to keep in line with the brand, keeping the shoulders squared off in a separate color like they do now on their jerseys. So his is probably makes more sense to the brand, but it's not the direction that I would go. Still an okay design for sure. Next is the Islanders, and wow, very similar to the Edmonton one. I would say the Edmonton one is better. The current Edmonton one, not the Edmonton design in this video. It's nice. It's definitely not my favorite. I probably because of the logo. I've never really been a fan of that logo too much, and that's a lot of striping down below. I mean, they do use that obviously in their home and away, but it feels, because it's the same color, both stripes, it feels very thick. So I'd probably remove one of those stripes. Next is the Rangers. Oh, wow, that actually looks amazing. Like, that actually looks amazing. I like that a lot. Different shade of blue, I think. Different shade of blue. But that is really great. I like that one a lot. Next up, Ottawa Senators. So this is actually very close to the reverse retro a little bit. The black belt, which is higher in the reverse retro, has been moved down to look more like an actual stripe than a belt. So I think that was a good decision by him. Shoulder patches look great. The middle seems a bit empty, though. I don't know if I would have gone with the O logo. Feels a little empty, I guess. So yeah, still good job. Philly next. Okay, so this is pretty good. It's basically their alternate jersey, which actually I think is right behind me down there. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but this would be perfect for their current brand. It's so close to their alternate that like Philadelphia already made the right decision on this. So Nash North probably knows that any other decision that he makes likely won't stand up to the current alternate because it is so popular and so nice. So he made the absolute perfect choice here. That's a fantastic concept. I love it. Next is the Pittsburgh Penguins, going with a kind of like a graphite color versus black, and obviously the logo looks pretty good. They've got that alternate, the Stadium Series inspired jersey that they have now, where the logo is very similar if not identical to that, and it looks good, but I think it might be a little bit too close to their home and away, and it's good to stay within the brand and stuff, but I was kind of expecting something a little bit different here. So it's not bad by any means. It's, you know, it makes a lot of sense actually. I would say maybe just a little bit above average for me. Okay, next up is San Jose. Whoa, what is going on here? Is that gray? I don't know if I'm seeing maybe just a slight dab of color here, like 1, 2, 3% of color in that gray, but it might be my screen just messing with me. He may have actually kind of gone with a completely monochrome look here with black and that gray. But I feel like there is just, again, like I said, you know, 3% of color in there of teal or something in the gray, not the black, but the gray. Weird. Very close to LA in a way, because, you know, another California team uses not gray and black, but I guess they do in one jersey, but, you know, white and black. So I don't know if this was the right decision, but if there is color in there, I might actually bring it up a little bit more just to have like a hint of it, and I think that might be okay. Next is Seattle. This is great. I don't know if I like that little tiny thin stripe underneath the bigger stripe on the arm. I'd probably remove that. I actually find that a little bit distracting. It looks like almost like a loose thread that is kind of wrapped around there or something. So I'd remove that, along with the bottom as well. I'd probably remove that. And but everything else is great. Everything else is fantastic. Love the shoulders and the patches as well. That shoulder patch looks amazing and two-toned, and actually it might already be two-toned. I haven't seen it in a while, so I have to check it out. But yeah, great job on this one. Next is St. Louis. This is close to their, well, actually, you know what? It kind of combined a bunch of stuff here, don't you? You've got the logo on the shoulder that is on the alternate, but you've got the blue from the primary home jersey and the yellow from the primary home jersey. Completely different design, but the striping is very similar to the Winter Classic inspired jersey, the alternate. There's actually a lot going on here in this jersey, so kind of a brilliant mix between these jerseys that Nash North put together here, and I think it works. Like as soon as I saw it, I knew it worked, but it was the unpackaging or unpacking of this jersey that really made me even like it more because of all the little elements in there from all the different jerseys. So this was a great job Nash North on this one. Okay, Tampa Bay. Not a fan of this one. I don't think. I mean, what do you do? Their home and away are two-tone already. So what really do you do? He was stuck in a hard place for this one. That gray is too dark, in my opinion, to put that blue on top, specifically with a primary logo. It just gets lost a little bit for me. So I'd either have to make that gray lighter or literally choose a completely different color and just maybe do an all black primary and the secondary color be white. I think that's what I would probably do, but I'd have to see it to decide. So, and Tampa's a tough one. Next is Toronto. Wow. I'm getting like newspaper vibes here. They're an original 6 team, having a black and white. Like, this is super interesting. I actually really like this a lot. Never really a fan of monochrome jerseys like this. But the fact that it's Toronto and the fact that the gray is so light, I just get classic, 100 years ago newspaper, man, like sun-faded newspaper vibes. I actually really like this one a lot. This could absolutely work. Okay, next up is Vancouver. Vancouver's not a team that I would expect to work in a two-tone fashion like this, but this looks really good actually. I'm a fan of this one. The stripes seem quite thick though. I might shrink them down or remove one section of it or one line of it. But yeah, this looks great. That logo, that primary logo, looks so good on or blue on that green and the shoulder patch as well. Fantastic. Next is the Vegas Golden Knights. That color, going for gold maybe, but it's brown, at least on my screen, or like it's like coffee with some cream in it, and that logo doesn't look right on that. I don't think it feels out of place. They're two completely different colors from different families, and they just don't really go together. You have a very subdued kind of like middle ground creamish coffee color, but then you've got like a really bold, bright, in your face, almost coral reddish pink in there. They just don't vibe to me personally. So I would say that this one's a miss for me. Next is Washington, which I think is the second last one. Okay, yes, Washington. Little empty, I feel, for this one. I might actually throw something on the shoulders there, but the logo in the middle looks perfect. The pinstripe that kind of comes down, I think that's okay as well. I'm just looking at this, this one here. I think it would match okay. Good job on this one. And then the last one, the Jets. This is kind of the inverse of the Aviator jersey, which is great. I mean, people love that jersey. It's one of the most popular jerseys in the NHL. I don't really like it that much. I think I ranked it last in my alternate ranking. Now that I actually own the jersey, it wouldn't become last. I actually like it a lot more than I originally did. I still don't love it though, but this is a better version in my opinion. I much prefer it in white with the same logo. It just looks better. It's so clean in white that I think it really works. So, man, I got to go back and that Toronto one. Okay, that Toronto. No, I don't know. The San Jose one's actually really interesting as well, now that I see it again. The Rangers one was great. The Montreal one was good. Florida was fantastic. Florida was so good. Dallas was good. Columbus. Okay, I got to go back to Florida. I think that Florida one is fantastic. It looks so perfect. Like that specific shade of blue with that specific shade of red, it reminds me a lot of the Edmonton one, which kind of uses the same blue. So having another bright color other than orange on the Edmonton one with the red in the Florida one here, great decision. And I think it would look so good in a uniform as well. So Florida's going to be my favorite for this one. Great job, Nash North, on these. Thank you for sending them in. I appreciate you. All your hard work, all the hard work that you've submitted in the past, and all the hard work that I'm sure you're going to submit in the future. I'm sure you're always working on stuff. You're great at these. So, yeah, rest wraps it up. I would love it if you guys could leave your comments down below. Tell me which one was your favorite in this list. It's going to be hard. There's a lot of great ones in here. And then leave maybe some constructive feedback as well on some of the jerseys for Nash North. I'm sure he'll read all the comments, and constructive feedback is very helpful for designers. Hope you guys are having a great day. Have a great start to your weekend, and I'll talk to you very soon. Adios.